guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into BoxyCharm. As I always say, it's still BoxyCharm to me. Okay. Okay, here's the card. Ipsy BoxyCharm, make bold moves. Express your unique beauty. Okay, usually. All right, we'll dig in and see which month this is. I definitely think this is June's month. Okay, so we're just gonna dig in and see what we can use to create a look today. Personal Peptide Lip Balm. One of the first things I do when I sit down is moisturize my lips because they always get dry when I'm doing my makeup. So let's just go ahead and do that. Really pretty color, I love that. So anything that has peptides in it is a plumping ingredient. And it does have a little color, as you can see. All right, next item we have is Strawberry Lemonade Smoothing Scrub, AHA and Sugar Exfoliant. All right, next item we have is 2 Ultra Creamy Waterproof Pencil Liners. That font is a little tricky. Waterproof liners. Looks like it has 2 in here. Conga liners. Okay, this one's the black one. Okay, that's really creamy. That's the black one. And here's, it's like a burgundy, like a brownish. Definitely not as dark as the back of it. Those are the colors. That black is like black. All right, and then we have Verb Fullness and Light Hold Weightless Texture Volume Dry Texture Spray. Spray volume. I don't usually use things like this, but maybe we'll give it a try. And then last we have, looks like a palette. Ooh, very pretty. Formula Z Pretty Magic. Let's open this. Let's open. Let you guys see. Pretty Magic. Definitely see some colors in there. That looks gorgeous. Ooh. Okay. All right, I think I found my item that I would like to use. So let's put this to the side. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my skincare and makeup, and I'll be back to create the eyes with you guys. Let's just make it a full video. I went ahead and put my toner on. Next, I'm gonna go in with my Catini Skin Collagen Boosting Serum. I can't wait until I can like tag some products. I love this oil. It is a matte oil and it just feels amazing on skin. Doesn't feel greasy or anything like that. Doesn't make me look oily throughout the day. I love it. And I have been using this for several months. This is the Tata Water Lock Moisturizing Primer. Okay. So I've been using this. I'm almost out, you can see. And it is refillable. You can get another container or another insert for refill. All right, so I just push that up a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. All righty. Next, I'm going in with my all-time favorite corrector, the LA Girl Pro Concealer. Okay. I really just like to put that around my mouth where I have hyperpigmentation. I'm going to try different Not that I'm trying it, I've used it before, but I'm gonna use a different foundation today. Today I'm gonna go in with my Estee Lauder Futurist Skin Tint Serum. Very lightweight, does give pretty good coverage, and it has skincare in it. Okay, I'm just doing one dropper of that on my brush, which is quite a bit. But it is very lightweight. Pull that down past my chin, forehead. That color is 5N2. All right, for my concealer, which I definitely squaz this out. Lancome Tint Idole Ultra Wear Concealer. The color is 420. Absolutely love, 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 love that concealer. It gives me great coverage, and it's non-drying underneath my eyes, and I love that. Love the coverage it gives. A little bit goes a long way. All right, we're gonna let that sit, and of course, yes, we're gonna do the brows. Even when you're trying not to, makeup gets on everything. All right, we're gonna use the Beauty For Real brow palette. Okay, this is also another item that came in BoxyCharm. Skin is glowing between that serum and yes, the serum and the serum foundation. My skin looks really glowy. It's not oily though. Love a good glow. Gotta love a good glow. Okay. Okay, same thing on that side. I do feel like this side is lighter than this one. It's a little heavy-handed on this side. All right, and to clean up my brow, I'm going to go in with the Nika K Concealer in number 7. I'm just gonna put a little bit of that on my palette here. Right. Just gonna start here. And with a really trained brush, I really trained this brush to be really, really thin. You can see the tip of that is really, really thin. Okay. I don't like the way I did that one. Okay. Let's try to fix that. Okay, well, it's just gonna have to work. If underneath, maybe it was that hairspray I used. Now, because I've never used these eyeshadows, I will definitely, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out. Definitely add another primer on top of that. You've been following me for a while. We've talked about removing, you know, the little remover that comes in here. I like to get all my product, and I've had this for a very long time, and I've definitely used it all. Now the all is almost gone. But I just love that color. It just really tones my brows down. Concealer. DPP1. Don't contour all the time, but I will today. And I use the top of the ear as a guide for my contour. Just blend that While I'm blending it out, I'm going to go just lightly over where the highlight ended. And then also around the perimeter of the highlight on the forehead. Go over with my foundation brush. And using my RCMA powder, you can actually see it right here. I have it in this little dish. Okay, we're just going to blend this out, make sure we're not creasing, and then we're going to set that. And as I'm setting that, I'm also blending over where the highlight and contour met. That's going to save me a step on having to come in with like face powder and blend everything. I'm going to use my bronzer, my Pat McGrath Labs bronzer in Bronze Without Caution. I've been loving this. I've been using it as a bronzer and also eyeshadow. Because it's like my everyday go-to eyeshadow color. All right, let's get into the eyeshadow. So let's find a eyeshadow primer. All right, let's go in with Laying Low by Mac. All right, we're gonna let that sit for a little bit. While that's sitting, I'm going to, actually, let's use this. Let's find a highlight we can use in here. Ooh, nothing really speaks to highlight in here. This is kind of, maybe, let's see. I guess it works. It's kind of on the chunkier side. It's fine. We'll use it. So I went in with Wish right here to highlight. All right, we're going to go ahead and blend eyeshadow primer. All right, and we're going to go in with Bliss. That's a nice transition color, hopefully. Right in the crease area. Oh, yeah. That's good. Actually, let's just put it all over the lid. It definitely comes off darker than what it looks like in the pan. Let's just go ahead and pull that down underneath the eyes. All right, now I'm gonna grab a smaller brush. I'm gonna go in with Pride, this darker one here. I'm gonna go in with Pride and tap that in the inner and outer. Not really getting any kickback. There's a little bit of pull up just from using the product, but nothing crazy. You can see I'm having a hot flash. We'll go ahead and put some of that at the bottom. Alright, let's blend it out a little bit. Right here, I'm going in with that color. I don't want to take away like all that color, but just want to add a little bit of this and get at the bottom. Okay. Blend the edges a little bit. And we may have to come back to that just to maybe add some more color. All right, going back in with Laying Low. So I'm going to keep my eye open so I can actually see where I want to cut that. That's pretty good. It doesn't have to be completely like sharp. Just a little bit. All right, and now I'm gonna go in with Worth. Greenish gold color here. Put that on top. All right, and I'm gonna go back in with this brush here and just add some of that first color I used on the sides, just to blend that out a little bit. Maybe a more denser brush. No, this should be fine. Okay. Just to blend that out a little bit. Okay, we can do that. For lashes, I talked about these recently on one of my videos. This is one of my favorites. It fits my eye perfect. I don't have to do any cutting or anything like that. And I love the separation of the lash. I love that for my everyday look. Again, favorite glue. Keeps me on the move. Dries really fast. I love it. I love using a lash applicator for myself and my clients because your fingers don't get in the way. You know, I put this lash on and I can actually see, whereas if I'm holding this, it's hard to see, you know, what I'm doing, especially on the end there. So for me, having a lash applicator just makes sense. See, my fingers, my hand is way back this way, so I can actually see what I'm doing. Okay. And I usually just like to stamp it on there and let it sit for a little bit. And I'm gonna go in and adjust as needed. I'm gonna scoop that right up under that lid. There's a little fold of meat. A little fold of meat there. I like to just put it underneath that. Okay, same thing for this one. Those are the lashes. Love, love, love them. All right, guys, I'm back. The hair is out. This is my completed look. Absolutely love it. Not too much. Skin looks good. Got a little glow, a little highlight, and of course, my favorite, a nude lip. All right, guys, so I do like the eyeshadow palette. The payoff is good. It's perfect. I didn't get a lot of fallout at all. And I was able to use this entire palette for my eyes and then also my highlight. Usually I would think a color like this would be too light for me for a highlight, but it was not bad. Not bad at all. Let's grab a little bit. Little button nose. Okay, so, you know, if you're a girly like me and you like using eyeshadows for a highlight, you can definitely include that color. I would definitely say if you're someone my color or lighter, you can definitely use that for a highlighter. Or if you're darker than me, you could try it and see if that's something you like. But yeah, all of the shadows are good. I definitely want to say the colors, especially the matte colors, they come off darker than what they look like in the palette, which is fine for me because usually for my transition color, I do like something a little bit darker. I've been using this Pat McGrath bronzer, and when I use this color here, it appeared to be like this color. You can see the difference in those colors just a little bit. It definitely comes off darker than what it looks like. So I'm totally okay with that. The eyeshadow looks really, really good. I haven't created a spotlight or halo in some time, and I was able to do that with this entire palette. Now, after looking at the price for this palette, I did see this palette on a lot of websites like Poshmark, eBay, and things like that, where maybe $10 to $15. On the official website, it does say that this palette is $42. $42. So you can come to the conclusion if you think it's worth $42 or not. I definitely think it's worth $42 because I hit pan on transition colors all the time, and it does have some beautiful colors in the palette, and I really like that. This is definitely a palette I can travel with, throw in my purse. So yeah, I think it can accommodate everyone's beauty needs for your eyes and a little bit for your face as well. So let me know if you have this palette and what you think about it. All right, guys, so this is it for my look. Let me know if this is a look that you will recreate. Definitely leave your comments down below. So if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, give your girl a follow at LRH Makeup. Also, my second handle on TikTok, which is _beautyover40. And of course, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. Turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified when I upload new content. All right, guys, until next time, remember the best makeup you can wear is confidence. Bye.